3 साल पहले की बात है। हमारे देश पर एक साया था, टैक्सेस का साया। रॉ मटेरियल खरीदने का टैक्स, उससे प्रोडक्ट बनाने का टैक्स, प्रोडक्ट बेचने का टैक्स, प्रोडक्ट राज्य के बाहर जाएगा तो उस पे टैक्स। 100 की चीज हो जाती थी 130 की। बेचारे हमारे व्यापारी दोस्त टैक्सेस से थे ग्रस्त। फिर आगमन हुआ गुड्स एंड सर्विस टैक्स का, जिसने सारे टैक्स को एक में ही समाहित कर लिया। ना ही 22 अलग अलग टैक्सेस की झंझट, ना ही टैक्स ऑफिसर्स की परेशानी। तो और बताएं जीएसटी के बारे में, चलिए सुनते हैं।
The burden of income tax is borne equally by all consumers. So earlier there were a lot of indirect taxes like excise duty, customs duty. Excise duty was levied upon manufactured goods. Customs duty we do know. Customs duty we still have it. Service tax, value added tax, etc. etc. So now, right now, GST is a wholesome, comprehensive tax that includes everything. So in fact, it was in July 1, 2017 that we started GST in India. Yes. So this introduction of GST has been a very major step when it comes to taxation in India. Of course, customs duty alone continues, whereas all the other taxes have been scrapped. It was in the year 2000 that the Prime Minister, the then Prime Minister, introduced the concept of GST and set up a committee to discuss and design it. And the Union Finance Minister announced in 2006 that it would be introduced by this date, but of course it was not possible. And then you remember, whenever we bring in any new law, even tax laws, yes, GST, you need a tax GST Act. So to bring in any new law, a bill has to be introduced and passed in both the houses of parliament. So the Constitution 122nd Amendment Bill was introduced in the Lok Sabha in 2014, after which the Amendment Act was passed. And we had the first GST Council meeting in 2016 of September. And in March, all the GST, the different forms of GST, CGST, SGST, IGST, UTGST, and compensation chest bill, they were all recommended, and the respective acts were passed. Yes, and then on 30th June, all the state legislatures also passed their respective SGST Act, and it was launched by 1st July 2017. And on 8th July, usually there are certain laws which are not applicable for J&K. That is why we mention it separately. But the SGST Act was passed by Jammu and Kashmir also. With that, the CGST, IGST ordinances or the laws were extended to Jammu and Kashmir also. So basically, GST is a value added tax levied on manufacture, for which earlier there was excise duty, sale and consumption of goods and services. So it's a comprehensive and continuous chain where every supplier will get a credit on tax that he has paid. And from the tax that he collects from his buyer, he will net it, he will take credit for the tax that he paid, and only the difference will be paid by every supplier to the government. That is why we talk about tax credit here. So he will be paying tax only on the value added at each stage. We will be learning about this in detail, and of course about credit, input tax credit we call it. We will be learning in detail in the coming chapter. So he can set off the credit, because whatever tax he has paid, he can take it as credit, but only if he is a registered supplier. So the final brunt or the final consumer bears the GST, the whole of GST levied at each stage. Yes, and since tax is levied on only the value added portion, So there is no cascading of taxes which was there earlier. Okay, so why do we need GST at all in India? Because to avoid double taxation. Yes, earlier there was separate taxes on goods known as VAT, and again a separate taxes on services. And then again, when we purchased goods from another state, we paid a different tax for which credit could not be taken. So that resulted in cascading of taxes. What exactly is cascading? For example, let us assume supplier A. Supplier A purchases, let us assume, goods worth 1,000, paying 10% taxes. Because he gets credit for the tax that he paid to the tune of 100 rupees, he will only to this 1,000 rupees he will add whatever his value, say profit. Say let us assume he is adding a value of 20% to this 1,000. That means 1,200 will be the value at which he will be selling the goods to his buyer. Whereas earlier he used to take the value of purchase as 1,100 and add 20% to this value. So at each stage when this happened, the final consumer had to bear the brunt of this by paying a much higher prices for goods than it is possible with GST. So because of non-VATable CST, when we purchase goods from other states, it was subject to CST and not VAT, for which we could not, the business SSC could not take any credit. So again, there was something called SENVAT, etc. So there were different kinds of taxes. Yes, and again there were luxury tax, entertainment, different names for which credit could not be taken. So now everything has been integrated. So that is the reason why we have GST. So it is a comprehensive tax structure which covers both goods and services. It addresses all the above mentioned problems. So all the major indirect taxes except customs duty have been subsumed in GST. Yes, so all the issues with SENVAT and service tax have been removed, and of course, as I told you, credit is available for the tax that each supplier pays. So that is why we call it input tax credit. So in India we have a different set of GST, that is we call it dual GST. So for every product, for intrastate supply of product, both CGST and SGST are levied, and in Union Territory instead of SGST it would be UTGST, that is Union Territory GST. So as I told you, it is a destination based tax applicable on all transactions involving supply of goods and services, and of course there are some exceptions. Certain goods and certain services are exempt from GST. When an intra-state supply of goods or services made, that is within the state when goods are supplied, just as we use the word transfer when we talk about selling our immobile property, right? Here, when we are talking about a sale, we instead use the word supply. Supply basically means sale of taxable goods or services. So when goods or services are supplied within the state, both CGST and SGST are levied. CGST is levied by the central government, and SGST or UTGST is levied by state government and union territories. So this SGST is levied by not only state government, union territories with legislatures when they have their own legislative assembly. And there are some union territories like Chandigarh without legislatures. For them you have a separate UTGST. Then of course for interstate supply of taxable goods. So when we say, for example, an business SSE from the state of Maharashtra supplies goods to an buyer in, say, Delhi, or say buyer in Madhya Pradesh, then in such a case IGST is applicable. So, but at the same time, it doesn't mean there is double taxation. Say, for example, if the tax percentage is 18%, that is levied for IGST at 18%, SCGST and CGST and SGST would be 9% each. So basically the total percentage of tax doesn't change. So this is levied again by center. IGST and CGST are levied by the center. So IGST is the GST levied by center on interstate supplies, for which also input tax credit is available.